Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we will be attempting a challenge in which we will be only playing on one of the two lanes. I don't think I want to limit myself to only one, just gonna see first if my opponent plays first, and whatever lane I start playing in at the start of the game, I'm just gonna stick to it for the whole game, which means if my opponent pressures in the other lane, I'll just have to suck it and ignore it completely. So, for that reason, I'm gonna be switching to Duques to just like, people are still like laughing at me about how I say it. I have no fucking clue how you say this tower troop name, so I'm just gonna refer it to as Fake Princess. That's not even funny. Yeah, this is the deck I will be playing. I've played it so many times on the channel already, but this feels like the perfect deck for this specific challenge because I can play Pump and basically I can force the opponent to play in the lane in which I play the Pump. Okay, so we will be playing only on the left lane for the whole game. So gonna play the Pumps in the left lane, gonna play everything in the left lane. We are playing against Bait, which I actually don't think is that bad of a matchup. So I'm a fan. Not a fan of that Rocket, to be fair, but I think we can win this. We have two spells. We have E-Golem, which usually is pretty annoying for Bait players to deal with because usually they have Inferno Tower. The only issue here is that we cannot really apply double lane pressure, which is kind of unfortunate. Would be really helpful to win this matchup, but I mean, I think that it's still pretty fine. Gonna play Pump. Probably should have just went for it here. And it's so great because, like, this guy is playing Duchess, Fake Princess, and it's garbage against any kind of beatdown deck. So, like, if he had Cannoneer or Princess, that push we just made would have been perfectly defended. Only thing is now we have to go for the 3-crown, kind of. We don't really have a choice. So, I mean, works for me, to be honest. I mean, we are playing E-Golem, so should be fine. And maybe this guy even gave up, which I wouldn't be surprised about. Like, if you lose the tower in single elixir against an E-Golem player, and you're playing Bait, like, that's not a spot you want to be in. So, yeah, just gonna spam double E-Golem, gonna go for Night Witch, gonna go for all the evolutions, all the shit here in the pocket. Gonna Rage, and this is a very easy, nice first game. Like, it was not even close, as I told you. Before picking a lane which I want to play in, I want to see what lane the opponent is gonna play in, because most people have most people have a lane they prefer to play in. So I just rather see what kind of lane my opponent wants to play in, and from there we can just stick to it and focus on that. Yeah, great first game. Let's see what we are gonna have here in the second one. Hog Rider already gets one shot, even though we have two casts. Someone please, I'm gonna go look. Don't bother, don't tell me how it's. I'm just gonna check on my own after I'm finished recording, because there is just no way that I'm gonna get laughed at. Okay, here we have to kite. This is our literally our only way to deal with this. Yep, I mean, works, I guess. That's the only thing we could have done. So, good enough. Did I play? No, I didn't play anything on that. Okay. That's unnecessarily aggressive, but it's fine. I'm gonna play Pump here. I think we are not in that bad of a spot, to be honest. Like, we just gotta make sure we have E-Golem to kite any kind of troop he plays on the left side. On the right side, just kite it to the left side. Gonna go for Skeleton King here. Chess should be able to counter that Wizard. Great. And now just gonna go all in here. If he plays Barbs, yep, that's not gonna do it, because we are just literally overwhelming him with the huge elixir advantage we gained on this guy. And now just gonna play Evo Skeletons because he played his spells. That's unfortunate because that Lumberjack is kind of a spell. So yeah, we are not really getting the 3-crown which I was hoping to get, but we still get the tower. And now we just gotta make sure we defend the Hog Rider Lumberjack push, which is basically the biggest threat we could be facing. Just gonna keep the E-Golem in my hand, don't wanna waste it, just make sure I always had it at the ready for whenever this guy decides to play Barbs in the other lane, because I'm pretty sure he will do it sooner or later. Gonna go for another Night Witch, Skeletons, go for Skeleton King just to get all the souls. Go for bats as well. E-Golem, at this point I'm just mindlessly spamming, which is basically how you should be playing this deck if you didn't know already. I'll play Skeletons as well, why not? Rage, like at this point this is not gonna achieve anything, but I'm just pressuring to make sure he cannot really pressure me. And yeah, just gonna go for... okay, that's aggressive. And I missed. Oh no. No way, I missed a golem. I'm incredibly stupid. Play skeletons here. No, 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 no. Please. No. I hate myself. If I only didn't miss the fucking e-golem bot by one tile. This was already over. This was already over. He went for the most random barbs on the bridge. Which, obviously, if I could play troops on the right side, I was focusing so much to try to play something on the left lane just to still be able to defend the barbs, but... yeah, I threw. I threw. If I didn't misclick that fucking e-golem, this would have been over, but oh well. We are not talking about these bats, okay? I didn't split them, okay? I kind of forgot we were doing this challenge. Okay, so I will have to ignore the left lane from now on. Just gonna stick to playing on the right lane. Sure, yeah. That's something you can do, but not sure if you're gonna be able to defend now. Like, okay. We have double Night Witch. Okay, Wizard. Not even sure if that Wizard is gonna be enough, to be honest. Like, there's so much stuff there that... yeah, it kinda was enough. Unfortunate. We're already starting off great. Like, the third game in a row where we get such a good start, and in the second game we just threw. This matchup is very rough, though, because this guy has recruits, so we will have to ignore something the whole time. There is just no way we can defend both lanes. We'll just have to suck it. That's the only thing we can do, unless we can get a nice kite with the E-Golem, but it's gonna be rough. If we have double lane pressure, we would have to play E-Golem, basically. Unless he gave up? Did he give up? Yes, he did, okay. Thank you. Like, actually, this would have been a rough game for this challenge specifically. Like, E-Golem with recruits, that's rough. But yeah, like, we are literally, I think, playing one of the best decks for this one lane challenger shit, because you don't have to defend with E-Golem. Like, Golem would have been good as well, but E-Golem has even more counter push potential compared to Golem, because you can just play a E-Golem in front of your troops. It's just 3 elixir, and you can get back that tower just like that. So yeah, I think that this deck is basically one of the best decks. If you can defend and counter push. If you cannot defend, you can just be like, hey, let me suck all the damage on the other lane and go for the 3 crown. That you can play that way. Not gonna work every time, obviously, but there is not a lot of decks that can achieve this, and this is definitely one of those. Just gonna rage here because I want this firecracker to die. Thank you very much. He got a very nice fireball there, which is unfortunate, obviously. Would have preferred if he didn't do that. Gonna arrow there, just to take care of the firecracker, don't wanna deal with it. And yeah, I mean, I'm gonna let that Royal Ghost connect. I was just kidding, I was just kidding. No, no. I wanted to let the Royal Ghost connect because this would force this guy to play in the left lane. Like, I want this guy to get more damage on the left tower, because that's the tower where I want him to play in. If I let him connect on the right lane, he's just gonna change lanes and shit, so I just want to make sure he sticks to only the one lane I'm playing in, and just let him stick to it. That's the main objective of this challenge. If you let your opponent get even damage on both lanes, you're just gonna like kind of lose because your opponent is gonna change up lanes the whole time. That was a very bad RG. Like, it's gonna almost take care of the tower, but it's not enough, and that was 6 elixir down the drain, which he really desperately needed if he wanted to win here. I guess he doesn't want to, that's an option. Okay, gonna rage here, gonna place Evo Skeletons, go for another E-Golem maybe. Go for Evo Bats. One skeleton there connects on the Fisherman, that's insane. Go for Rage here. Bats with the Rage, Evo Skeletons with the Rage. And he logs, but that's way too late. That was a very, very solid win. My opponent played like garbage, so I mean, I'm not taking all the credit for this win, but just making sure he pushes on the lane in which we were playing in, make sure we counter push. Like, again, this was pretty damn easy, and this just goes to show how broken this deck is. Like, you don't even have to play on both lanes. You can just pick one lane and just play on that one. And, like, E-Golem, you commit so much elixir on one lane, your opponent gets a counter push, and obviously he's gonna play on the same lane as you. He's not gonna play in the other lane, because there is just no reason to do that. So you're just sticking to one lane and you're just gonna slowly win. We got three crowns, and we would have gotten even another one, or maybe just another win. Like, this would have been a 4-win video, but I kind of threw it, but we're not talking about it. We are getting a rare. That hasn't happened in a week or so. So thank you so much, Supercell. Yeah, so this is all for the challenge. Hope you enjoyed. It was very random. I didn't know what to do, so I just was like, hey, I don't think I ever did this challenge on my channel, so hell yeah, why not? If you guys have other challenges you would like me to attempt, make sure to let me know. And for now, did I just really get 2 legendaries in the crown chest? Like, what is even going on? I mean, I don't know how lucky this is, don't know what the likeliness of getting obviously they are not as rare as back in the day, but still getting 2 legendaries in a row feels kinda lucky. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, hope you enjoyed, we'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye guys!